Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for another edition of List Week, where I'm going over all of my favorites and least favorites of the year of our Lord, 2019. And now it's time for my top 50 teasers and singles of the year. Quite a hefty batch of songs we have over here. Because I'm going through so many, I'm not going to go into detail or an explanation on every single track. I'm going to blow through really the first half of the list and then continue on with maybe more explanations as we get closer to the top. Like usual, it's what I do on these lists. Let's go! At number 50, kicking it off, we have Kai Whiston, we have Igloo Ghost, we have Baby coming together under the name Glue with the track Locky. At number 49, hip-hop producer, legend, DJ Premier, Primo, putting together the track Headlines featuring the Griselda Guys, Conway, Westside, Benny. At number 48, it's Black Midi with Talking Heads. At 47, it is Rammstein with Deutschland. 46, Black Country, New Road, Sunglasses. And at 45, we have Clipping with Blood of the Fang. At number 44, it is Angel Olsen with the beautiful and synth-heavy track All Mirrors, title track to her new record. And at 43, it is Squid with Houseplants, post-punk, good post-punk track. At number 42, it is the Thotiana remix from Blueface featuring YG and Cardi B. And at 41, we have the incredibly sad and dramatic and skeletal Cellophane from FKA Twigs. At number 40 and 39, it is Rosalia with and then Poppy with Blood Money. At number 38, it is the occult band Ghost with their double-sided single 7 Inches of Satanic Panic. At number 37, Rina Sawayama with her pop metal fusion STFU. At number 36, MGMT is sort of gothed out in the afternoon. At 35, JPEG Mafia, Jesus Forgive Me, I Am a Thought. At number 34, we have American Football's very slick and gorgeous Uncomfortably Numb with Hayley Williams of Paramore fame. At number 33, we have the even more lush and gorgeous The Greatest from Lana Del Rey. At 32, it is the fun, tongue-in-cheek, and witty Tia Tamera from Doja Cat featuring Rico Nasty. And at 31, we have the powerful 80s throwback Anthem, So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings from Caroline Polachek. At number 30, it is Michael Kiwanuka with Piano Joint. At 29, it is Purple Mountains, Rest in Peace, David Berman with Darkness and Cold. Anderson .Paak with Smokey Robinson, Make It Better. At 28. At 27, we have the hard, industrial, jittery, and insane Jailbreak the Tesla from Injury Reserve. 26, amazing banger from Denzel Curry, Ricky. 25, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, link up once again for Crime Pays. At number 24, it is Hobo Johnson with Subaru Crosstrek XV, a personal and hilarious banger about succeeding in the music industry, but monetarily not quite being there yet to where you've got money. At 23, it's one of the biggest songs of the summer, featuring one of the biggest catchphrases of the summer, and that is Megan Thee Stallion's Hot Girl Summer with Nicki Minaj and Ty Dolla $ign. Easily one of the best party tracks of the year. Don't know how you can't love it. At number 22, it is the grand, lush, beautiful, and heavily Rolling Stones-inspired Harmony Hall from Vampire Weekend. At number 21, we have arguably the biggest song and single of the year, now currently being the longest charting at number 1 song ever, Lil Nas X's Old Town Road. I'm simply repping the original version here. If you have a preferred remix, by all means, put whatever song version, whatever in this spot, I guess. At number 20, it is the clunky, experimental, funny, and witty Obamacare from Quelle Chris. And at number 19, it is the bright, punchy, synthetic, Anthem, Lorem Ipsum from Anamanaguchi, one of the most melodic and thrilling electronic music tracks of the year. At number 18, we have Kieran J. Callanan, one of the best singers and songwriters in Australia right now, in my opinion, coming through with a wonderful and powerful cover of The Whole of the Moon, which comes from his new covers album, Return to Center, and I just find his rendition of this track to be very powerful, immense. Production and performance are fantastic. At number 17, we have the harrowing and head-splitting pumpkin attack on Mommy and Daddy from Shoo Shoo. This is one of many incredibly aggressive and chaotic moments from this record, and a musical experience from this year I will not forget. At number 16, we have the somewhat smooth and jaunty and passionate and lushly arranged Every Day from Wise Blood, a wonderfully gorgeous track from her new LP, Titanic Rising. Her approach to chamber pop on this project is just fantastic. At 15, in my opinion, this is one of the most exciting crossovers of the year, and that is Slow Tie and Denzel Curry with Psycho. Going into this track, I knew both these guys favored some aggressive production sometimes. I knew they both have very distinct, sometimes manic, and aggressive voices and flows. But damn, they complement each other so well on this song, and the beat just, it goes. The song just truly lives up to the name. Not a bad thing to say about it. Love it. At number 14, it is one of the most fun pop songs of the year. This track to me was absolutely irresistible in 2019, coming from one of my favorite albums of the year too, and that is Lizzo with Juice. The beat, the fun refrains, Lizzo's voice, there's not a thing about this track that I don't find to be smile-inducing or just generally enjoyable. Lizzo really broke out this year. It's thanks greatly in part to tracks like this, and I'm happy about that because I think pop music currently is more interesting with her. At number 13, we have an experimental, somewhat lo-fi, angular fusion of folk and indie and rock and even progressive music in a sense, and that is Richard Dawson with Two Halves from his amazing album 2020. While I think this track is fantastic and hits hard, I will say that it may be a little confusing or maybe not as gratifying in just simply an isolated context, because 2020 is in itself a concept album about the modern era, and Two Halves might not make as much sense alone as it does in the greater record. Still though, the very unorthodox and unlikely guitar playing and production and singing on this track, combined with the very catchy yet intricate brand of songwriting, makes it a pretty significant musical moment in 2019 for me. At number 12, it is one of the most fantastically building, thrilling, bright, exciting, crushing metal tracks of the year, and that is God of Love from the new Liturgy project, HAQQ. The overwhelming production and the way Hunter Hunt Hendricks geniusly composes and layers so many guitars on this track and many others from the same album is just really nearly genius in my opinion, and I'm absolutely loving what he is continuing to do with the Liturgy project. It's thanks to tracks like God of Love that Liturgy stays on the cutting edge of metal music in my opinion, even if they continue not to get as much respect for that as I think they should. At number 11, we have another one of the biggest songs of the year, and that is Billie Eilish with the track Bad Guy. Yes, as much as this song was everywhere and you really couldn't seem to get away from it, in some ways it felt to me like it was even harder to get away from than Old Town Road. But Billie and her brother on her debut album really did craft, I think, a very unique brand of whispery, brooding, and odd pop music, and Bad Guy is just one of many examples of that from the new LP. It's maybe, I guess, one of the catchiest examples of it. Does a whole lot with a little, not only in terms of Billie's singing, but also the bare bones production, in which every sound has a kind of dark yet quirky quality to it, and topping all of that are Billie's somewhat unsettling yet very earwormy lyrics. And generally, I just like the song as a bit of a developmental moment, as an MO of sorts, really kind of defining who Billie is trying to be image-wise, who Billie is trying to communicate to the greater public, who she is as an artist. At number 10, we have a track that, in a way, is an accidental moment of genius. It is one of the most fun and hilarious and simultaneously telling songs of the year, and I think speaks to the ethos of one Kenny Beats, as he constantly makes it known, his little catchphrase, his philosophy in life, I suppose, or at least in art, is don't overthink shit. And he and Zach Fox certainly didn't overthink any shit on the track Jesus is the One, I Got Depression. Some may categorize this as a novelty song, but it's far from that. It's a serious and wonderful expression of art. And even if they are just goofing off in a sense, you can't really deny that there is a significance to this track in its laugh through the pain attitude when it comes to mental health. At number 9 on my list, I have TK Maidza, Australian rapper and songwriter, with the insomniac rap banger Awake featuring JPEG Mafia. I love that this track hits hard, it's dark, the JPEG feature is fantastic, TK's delivery is great, she's got a good solid refrain on the song too, and I love how the theme of the track just speaks to the overload and the burnout, I think, of the modern information era that we exist in, and how our constant engagement with the world digitally makes it difficult, or rather easy, to sort of avoid the whole process or the need to sleep, rest, unplug. It's a pretty smart and apt song for the moment in that way. At number 8, it is one of the most insane and jittery singles of the year, a song from a duo that I think have come through with a very novel sound that I'm excited to see grow and progress in the coming years, and that is 100 gecs with the track Money Machine. Feels so clean like a money machine, feels so clean like. While I think the record this track comes from is short, it's flawed, and gecs at this point certainly have room to grow, the way forward for the duo is painted pretty clearly on this song. Their futuristic, glitchy, multi-genre fusion of pop chaos that they come up with on this track and on many other songs from this record is easily one of the most exciting things, one of the most I'm just looking forward to it things that I've heard this decade. At number 7, we have the crushing and depressing and mind-bendingly dark Do You Doubt Me Traitor from Lingua Ignota, one of many fantastically tortured and immense songs from her new record Caligula, which you should definitely be listening to if you have not. At number 6, it is a celebration of progression and success and growth with Danny Brown on Best Life. Great flow, amazing storytelling from Danny too. Basically everything he has been so great at up until this point, distilled and personified into a wonderful retrospective type moment for him, where he now gets to look back on everything that has brought him up until this point. And as someone who's been listening to him for a long time now, it's pretty amazing to go on that trip with him in a sense on this track. At number 5, it is the environmentalist thrash metal Anthem, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Planet B, a raging, dark, rough, and explosive cut, pretty much about the destruction of the planet and how there is no Planet B, and the extra heap of genius to this song and all the songs surrounding it on their new record is exposed by how this track narratively plays into the concept of the entire record it comes from. So if you do like this track, if you do enjoy this track, and it is pretty amazing how well King Gizzard transitioned into the whole thrash style on this cut, make sure to listen to the whole LP, because there is more where that came from in terms of songwriting quality and riffs, but also the ongoing story is really intriguing too. At number 4, it is one of the biggest, boldest, most explosive, wonderful, anthemic, catchy pop anthems. I already said anthemic, but still, I'll say it again. Pop anthems of the year. And that is Charli XCX with Christine and the Queens, Gone. Incredible production, singing, chemistry, and writing on this song. It's easily one of the best, if not the best, collaboration of the year. It's amazing that Charli and her collaborators on her new LP, and especially this song, were able to pull off what they pulled off here, because there were so many risks involved with bringing so many people into the fold, and yet it all just kind of went over with flying colors. At number 3 on our list, we have Tyler, the Creator, with Earthquake. Easily one of the most fun songs of the year. I know there are some Tyler fans who didn't care for the warped, mutant, somewhat lo-fi and cartoony demeanor that he delivered to us on this new LP of his, but I think Earthquake is one of his best singles, and Igor is his best album. Period. And that's because of the irresistible hooks, the creative aesthetic, and the bold character of tracks like these. Since this track dropped, its weird vocals and its oddly catchy melodies have just been putting a smile on my face. I have nothing overly critical to say about this track. I just love it. Moving on from there, at number 2 on my list, it is Dorian Electra with Career Boy, a warped, futuristic, soaring pop banger that is essentially a smart satirization of addiction to white collar work, climbing the corporate ladder, working for the man. It's this and many other cuts on Dorian Electra's Flamboyant that so geniusly approach subjects of gender conformity, masculinity. It's rare that on a debut album an artist comes in the way Dorian has here, just so fully formed, their aesthetic, their sonic style, their songwriting ability, what they decide to discuss and thoroughly dive into in their songs. All of those things are executed so well on Flamboyant, and Career Boy is just a choice example of that. And my number one song of the year is the teaser cut from Alex Cameron's Miami Memory, and that is Far From Born Again. The more I listen to this track, the more difficult it is to find something that I don't like about it. It's fun, laid back, do vocal harmonies. It's somewhat sleazy and swaggered groove and rhythm section. Alex Cameron's kind of smoky lead vocals, dramatic hook, sharp chord progression, smooth like butter execution, and a god-level approach to the topics of respect and sex work. Frankly, ideas that I didn't even think I needed songs about, but that's kind of the thing about Alex Cameron. He kind of gives you songs about things that you didn't know you needed songs about. Alex Cameron, in a very smart, specific, and informative, without being preachy or just killing the appeal of the song for the message kind of way, details the power and the position of women who work in the sex industry, painting them as people who are paying their bills, trying to make an honest living, meanwhile taking down a peg the people who usually deride them while simultaneously consuming what they do. An undeniable reality that society seems intent to deny silently all the time. And don't just look at this track as some kind of silly, weird detour into a track about people who are sex workers. Alex's new record, in a lot of ways, is all about approaching taboos and demystifying topics that people are usually afraid to approach or sing about. And in my opinion, Far From Born Again is just the best example of that from Miami Memory, and obviously my favorite song and single of the year. So with tying that up, this has been my list of my 50 favorite singles of 2019. Thank you for watching. Make sure to drop your list for your favorite songs and singles down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Transition, have you given these songs a listen? Did you love them? Did you hate them? What would you rate them? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe, please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, singles of 2019, list week of forever.